Welcome to this Preppin data where we're looking at the Easter sales for Chin and Beard Suds Co, who knew that they sold Easter themed soap products. So we're bringing in our data and we're using a wildcard union first of all in order to stack those tables on top of one another. So when you come to your tables tab in your input for input step, then you come to the tables tab, you change it from a single table to union multiple tables. We don't need to add any worksheet filter because we actually want all of these filters to come through, and so we hit apply. And you can see that all those tables get highlighted on the left hand side, which is great. I also chose to remove the file paths at this point because we can see that's just literally giving us the name of the file, which isn't particularly useful, but our table names there, they're very useful. So I'll rename them to be year going forwards. Looking at my data, I can see that I've got a field for my year there, the sales date, the product that was sold, the price it was sold at, and the quantity of those products that were sold. So you can tell this data set's been pre-aggregated a little bit for our analysis. Then we're going to just look at our sales date and we're going to work out the week number. So in order to do that, I right click on the sales date and duplicate that field. And then once I've duplicated it, I go to convert the dates and get out the week number. So that's just going to give me the calendar week number. And actually, the interesting thing to check there is the fact that it says that weeks are calculated as Sunday to Saturday. And we know that in the challenge it told us we want our weeks to be Monday to Sunday instead. So we're going to have to tweak that calculation that gets generated. So here's that duplication of that field. Here's where I converted it. And if I just open up this calculation, which you can do from calculations that are made, then this is the part that I just added on. This is how it looked originally when I opened that. Then I added on Monday in those quotation marks so that it all worked out. And then I just renamed that to be week number. So remembering that that's our calendar week number. If I just go to detail there, then if I click on 2020, for example, you can see it starts from week number 4, whereas 2024 starts from week number 2. So we're seeing already we have those issues with things not quite lining up. So the way that we're going to fix that is we're going to take up that week number that we've just created and we're going to create a rank on there. So I'll show you how that looks in the next step. So we're creating a rank on the week number in ascending. So you need to click on this little A to Z. Initially it says Z to A. We want to be sorting ascending, so we do A to Z. And we change this from a rank to a dense rank, since you can see if there are multiple values that are being ranked at number 1, then it goes to the next value in the list, whereas we want to go to number 2 instead. I can see them getting back weeks 1 to 12 there, which is exactly what we want, and we've just added in a group by of our year here too, so that it's restarting that numbering for each year. Wonderful, and that's our Easter week number now. Cool. To get out our weekday, we're going to do a very similar thing to what we did back for our week number, in that we duplicate our sales date field again, and we go to convert the dates and choose day of the week, so that it gives us our day of the week names. We then make a calculated field called weekday, and we just make it so that it's checking if our sales date -1, I probably should have renamed it before I did that to make this a clearer calculation, but we live and learn. So if it starts with a T or it starts with an S, then take the first two characters. Otherwise, just take the first character. So that's because we have Tuesday and Thursday that both start with a T, and we have Saturday and Sunday that both start with an S. So we need that extra differentiation for those days. Lovely, but as you can kind of see already from our profile pane, this is sorting in alphabetical order, and we know that's how it will sort by default when we bring it into Tableau Desktop. So we also want to order those weekdays as well. So again, a very similar trick to what we just learnt. We're going to use the rank again, but this time on the sales date in an ascending order, and grouping by the year and the Easter week number, just so that it gets 1 to 7 coming through. If I were to try and just write a calculation for the date part and do day of the week in my date part naming. Even though I tell it to start the week on a Monday, it still wasn't quite working out for me. It still was saying that Sunday was the first day of the week and Saturday was the last day of the week, rather than Monday being the first day of the week and Saturday and Sunday being the last day of the week. So that's the way that I found that it worked for me. But if the date part function is working for you, then that's great. And then our final thing that we need to do is just give ourselves a sales field to work with in Tableau Desktop so that we can multiply the price by the quantity sold and get our sales. And that's exactly what I've done there. So hopefully you enjoyed that challenge. Maybe you want to recreate the dashboard and improve it drastically. That would be good, since I just threw that together very quickly this afternoon. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.